Hey everyone, Matt with Remedy Pain and Performance. Really fun one this week for you guys. We're talking about brain change. We're talking about seeing with your tongue. So again, attached an article. I've been doing that a lot the last couple of weeks. Just wanted to kind of reference some things for you guys. So really cool story that kind of shows the fun and craziness about neuroscience and plasticity in the brain, which is basically your brain's ability to change. So, article below, super interesting. I'd highly recommend you check it out. It's basically about this device called the BrainPort. So, the BrainPort helps you see with your tongue, which is super crazy. So, it uses this thing called sensory substitution, and you don't see with your eyes, you see with your brain. So, they basically created a device for people who are blind. They put it on the tongue, attached to the head, and they don't see 20/20, but they can see images a whole lot better. Well, they were blind before, so than they could in the past. And basically, using your tongue to see as opposed to your eyes, which is mind-blowing to think about, but it's happening. Also in the article, they talk about a guy named Baki Rita, who he was a researcher in neuroscience. His dad had a massive stroke. He decided, hey, if the brain's plastic, my dad can recover from this. So he put his father through this grueling rehabilitation program, kind of taught him how to walk again, how to move again. Dad was a professor, so he ended up going back, recovering, teaching, professing. So brain recovered a ton just from doing a lot of rehabilitation work. He actually ended up dying of a heart attack hiking a mountain in Colombia. So he lived a pretty good life post-stroke. Coolest part about it is, and it doesn't mention this in the article, but it mentions it in the book that talks about Baki Rita. They did an autopsy on him after he died, checked out his brain because they were so curious about all the changes that happened and what he went through. 3% of his brain was left. So he did all that. He rehabbed himself. He went back to teaching. All this with 3% of his brain. So our brain is insanely efficient and insanely cool that it can still create a fully functioning individual only with 3% left of his brain. So it basically gets stroke wiped out almost the entire part of his brain. So the brain is cool. The brain can change. It's plastic. Know that there's hope if, for anything. So if you can't see, if you have a tongue, you might be all right. So fun stuff. Check out the article. If you have questions, let me know. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.